suck. So if you have a vintage pool noodle, I mean, they should technically last forever. They're plastic. As long as the hurricane doesn't get hurricane poop water in them. Like, so yeah, so basically if you have a vintage pool noodle, do not lose that because you're not going to be able to replace it. Oh yeah, it was called a monster. It's bigger than a pool noodle. Under your armpits. And then aim the cannon end. We would always sit on it. And then it would be over your shoulder and then you could aim it. But so I don't know this armpit method. Would it work for a short pool noodle? Let me try not clipping this and see if I can fold this over. You sit on it, you have bigger hip box and you're slower to move. Okay, it seems like Wei was playing very intense pool games. This, I don't think we were ever this intense. We were, I was telling Pickle though, when we used to have like a RV. Yeah, Wade doesn't mess around. I mean, I believe that. When we had an RV, we would stay at this RV park called Fiesta Key in Florida, and they had like a pool there. And so we would go there. And there was this guy that like my parents were friends with, and he was like this big fat dude. He was like pretty fat, but he was so wide that he would like swim underwater and you could like surf on him. And that was pretty fun. So like he had two things. He was really large, so he was like he was like a surfboard. It was like surfing on a turtle. And he could hold his breath for a really long time. Yeah, it was pretty good. So that was fun. But Pickle and I didn't do that this trip. There was no large person for us to surf on because we were in a non-public pool. Was it weird? I was too young, I think, to care. I think it was just like so cool to be like surfing on somebody. This is very fiddly. So, I don't know if you were. I literally don't remember these facts. All I remember is surfing on him like a turtle. You have to remember, this is Florida. Like, the people that go to Florida are just different, okay? People that voluntarily visit Florida, they're just different. Everybody in Florida is sus way. But like also seemed nice, but also sus. It was a weird combo. Like my parents, I don't think they wanted us to meet any of their friends. I think they were worried about what I would say. I honestly, I think that was it, because when we were down there, like before we came, they were like, oh yeah, all our friends, all our friends, all our friends. And I'm like, oh, am I going to get to meet your friends? Oh, did somebody redeem Feed Herman? And they're like, All of our friends are busy. I actually think I was a liability. Honestly. Like, all their friends were, like, magically busy, and we went to go eat lunch at their yacht club, which, like, yacht clubs range between, like, really fancy and just, like, a dive bar. Like, the one in my hometown is basically like a dive bar. So, anyways, we were at their yacht club eating lunch, which at that lunch, Pickle got really ill from that lunch. So, we were there and we are sitting outside and there's just like two old, like crusty dudes. And they had like a flag on their table, which means they're from like a different yacht club. They're visiting. So that's all that was there is us and some crusty dudes. And I heard them mention like a $20 million project. And I was like, okay, these people are rich. Anyway, so I said something. I said, oh, there's enough rich people down here. And my mom was like, "Ah, ah, shh, 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 shh." She's like, you don't know who's listening to you. You don't know who's listening. And I was like, I'm pretty sure these two crusty dudes cannot hear us. They're talking about like a $20 million project. Like, they do not care about us. And they don't even belong to this club. Like, you're never going to see them again. I was like, is the wait staff listening? There's nobody around. So definitely, like, when we got back and I thought about it, like, I'm definitely like a liability, which makes me feel great, actually. That makes me feel really good. I'm doing something right. So, anyways, we didn't get to meet any of their Florida friends. I'm a liability. Is this really the same playlist? But yeah, I'm a liability. Okay, now we can work on pinning this finally. Where was that end? Not this end. There was an end that had. Yes. You're welcome. Okay. So, and cut off the excess, blah, blah, blah. There's a surplus of braid. Mark the value to be removed. Okay, so we do need to cut the braid. Hello? They don't say anything about sewing it though, but I'm guessing I have to sew it back together. Okay. Anyways, that's why we're practicing the entire thing. So, oh, Herman. Herman. Anyways, my parents also taught. Have you guys played Canasta? My parents are like obsessed with this game. Oh, let me change the camera again. I don't know. And they played with like, we looked it up and they're playing with like some crazy ass like Florida rules. It's like a game where you count cards basically. I feel like I forgot how to play it already. They're obsessed with it. I feel like it's like the equivalent of the fuck is that game where you play with the pegs? I don't know why I can't think of it. Cabbage? Oh, cribbage, yes. Thank you, Pickle. My memory is so bad. It's so bad. Okay, so the area I rolled seems to be okay. Um, I can't believe like, I'm glad we're done traveling for a while now. I'm ready to just be home. Oh, we get our asbestos test results on Thursday, you guys. I'm really hoping there's no asbestos, obviously. So this weekend, I don't know if you guys wanna watch, like, another demo stream. We need to finish the